Hey friends, it's Teresa here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. Today we're going to dive into December Daily 2025. I have been sharing about this album, tons of content already on my Instagram. And so feel free to hop over there and join me where most days I'm doing December daily videos. And then I'll be sharing the full process videos here every 3 or 4 days. And so today is day 1, 2, and 3. The second image you saw was the album itself that I'm working in. It is the Paige Evans Sugar Plum Wishes album from a couple of years ago, I believe. Beautiful album. I love it. It's got an extra thick spine. And then an introduction page that I've already done just for the first page in the album. There's also a calendar that I created for the Rachel Jeffries creative team. And again, you'll be able to see all of that in more detail on my Instagram. So I encourage you to check that out. What I'm doing here is day 1. I'm working with all Ali Edwards product here. Digital at this point. The pattern paper is the digital version. The frame on this little green card and also around the journaling on the inside are both from Ali Edwards. They are digital stamps, and the snow globe as well is a digital stamp. Those are physical products that were available to order, but I didn't order them in physical form. I downloaded them in digital so that I could do hybrid versions like this. And one of the reasons why I love to do hybrid is, especially in times like this, you can adjust the sizing of the elements. You can adjust the color. You can play with it in Photoshop or Affinity or Canva, whatever software you're using, to get it how you want it before you print it out. And sometimes I'm not a real fan of how my stamped images come out. And so if that resonates with you, then hybrid is the way to go. So what I'm doing here is there were a set of green plastic numbers with this year's collection. And again, I downloaded the digital version, printed them out on sticker paper. I left the white border around it. And so that's going to notate my number 1 on top of this little snow globe. Another thing that I added was the word art that says Merry Christmas going around the snow globe in black. And that is also one of the digital stamps in the collection. And so all of this is being held together with this darling little ribbon from Target. It is part of this year's Target Christmas release in 2025, and it's a nice little bringing together of the red and green in this layout and also in the album itself. I'm just feeling drawn to the greens in the Ali Edwards collection particularly, and you'll see that throughout my album. And of course, Christmas red is always going to be in my album as well. And so having created the main piece of this day, I guess I could tell you the story. The story is basically something I had never done before, but I decided to dedicate this album to Alan, who is my husband of 12 years. And so I used a photo of him and I together. First off, as a way to establish who is in this album and what this album is about. And second off, just to write a little note of love and appreciation to him at this time in our lives. A lot of things are going on. A lot of really wonderful things are going on that will be shared more about throughout this album. And I just felt like it was a good time to do that. An excellent start to this album with good vibes, warm and cozy feelings. And so along with the pattern paper main page on the left-hand side, I'm also doing a transparency insert. And so the transparency itself is an older Ali Edwards transparency with a white grid, and I've trimmed it down. It was originally a 6x8, 7x8 1/4, and so I trimmed it down so it was just 2 rows of squares. You could do this with a 2x2 pocket page as well, but I love transparencies, as you guys know, and this is a fun way. For me, this is a fun way to incorporate all the little goodies and the bits and bobs and just have a place to have fun. And that's kind of what pages like this are for me. I know a lot of people like to put their photos and their stories, Ali Edwards, onto the little 2x2 pockets, and I love that. I love that for them, and I love how that looks. But for me personally, and especially for this layout, I wanted something lighthearted here that was just fun to look at and fun to bring out older elements that I have in my stash. You can see my little container of red stars, green stars, red chipboard pieces, green chipboard pieces, green, there's little fabric bits and vinyl bits, and of course incorporating it with this year's product as well, namely the plastic gifts that were in the main kit and the chipboard pieces. And really what this was about for me was color. So again, the red and green, and it ended up that I alternated red, green, green, red, red, green, green, red, and down those 2 columns, and also incorporating different shapes. And so you'll see the different shapes as well. There's also one of the labels with the corners there, the rounded corners, inverted corners. That is also a hybrid element that I printed out onto, I use photo paper to print out most of my hybrid elements. And so another fun way to incorporate those digital elements that you have. But of course, you can also use the actual products as well. That also, you can see here 2 different kinds of stars. I think there were wooden stars with the Ali Edwards December Daily product release this year, right? Am I remembering that correctly? And I didn't get those this year because I already had these from previous years. And so it seemed like I have enough for now, but I love that they include those. I love wood embellishments still on my layouts, and especially the wooden stars. They're so charming, and just a nice warm little bit of texture and visual interest, and again, just so much, just having fun here, just having a great time. And that's really what this album project is all about. And this is one way that I'm finding to incorporate that. One last little thing is a puffy sticker. You gotta have a puffy sticker on every layout. And then I'm completing that layout. For day 2, I'm going to have the back of that transparency. And then here's where we are in the album, the introduction page, the calendar page, and day 1 with the card and the transparency. So the story for day 2 is the story of a German special bread called Stollen. And I love this tradition from my childhood in Germany. I was there 1981 to 84, I believe. 4 years, 3.5 years, almost 4 years. And Stollen is a special bread. It's a marzipan kind of thing that is filled with the yummy marzipan layer. Marzipan is totally an acquired taste. Some people love it and some people don't. I do love it, and River really likes it too. And so I went to World Market to get a loaf of Stollen, I guess, a pack of Stollen for now, to enjoy now, and one for Christmas morning with breakfast. And so, one of the other things I purchased at the World Market, they put in this little bag, and I'm going to put that right in my album and put this photo right in that bag. So I used pinking shears to trim down the bag, just 7 inches to fit inside the album. And of course, when you're documenting a sweet treat, there's no better collection than the Simple Stories Hard Candy Christmas. Some of the items and elements in this collection are, of course, hard candy themed, but there are a variety of different kinds of elements also in this collection that make it a really versatile collection and just super fun. I mentioned already, this is all about having fun for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out some of the things that I feel like I want to use. And I feel like I want to do a journaling spot on top of the card, a journaling spot on top of the paper bag, and do some clusters around that. And then, of course, I have the back of this fun little transparency with 8 little circles and rectangles to fill. I am going to leave the wood grain star. It's a red star, but on the back it's wood grain. So I am going to leave that just as it is right there. But here are some adorable little chipboard pieces. The little red polka dot gift, the holly leaf in a circle, and that adorable little gingerbread coffee mug or hot chocolate mug. Those are so cute. I was going to do this little banner, but it was a little bit too wide. So I decided to go with a piece of candy after all from the Brad packet. And then I've just put all of the embellishments together here in one pack that I got from this collection. And so I'm going to just go through here and see if there are some other little elements that feel right for this layout, that word art that fits the sentiments that I want to incorporate, and shapes, and just what's in here. Just curious. So let me clean all this up. I grabbed some things I feel like I want to use, and we'll keep going here with the front of this little paper bag. It is sideways in the album, and I feel like that's just perfect. When you flip that transparency, and you'll be able to pull out the photo from the pocket, that just works really well. So some of the die cuts that I grabbed were these little, they look like flowers to me. I'm not sure. But I've added those and also a little brad to that little green star at the top. And so here's what we've got. The paper bag and the photo of the stollen on my plate. And these are some of the twos. I have a whole 2 Alex drawers of numbers. And I decided that I would go through those this year and narrow down some number choices for the daily process. And so that's what you see here are some of the twos that I've chosen to use. And I think that simplifies the decision-making process, but it's also a trial run to see if I do want to go ahead and size down my number collection. I know it's shocking. I've been collecting these numbers since 2008. But maybe it's time to let them go. I don't know, but I'm keeping the best ones. I promise. So it's just something I'm doing a trial run for. Don't go into the corner yet. Okay, good. So I chose this little journal spot here for my journaling, and check it out, you guys. Look what I still have. It's not packed away. Is this old freaking line stamp. I've had this thing for so long too. If you followed me for any time, you have seen this line stamp, and it's one of my favorites. And here we go. It fits perfect on this little journal spot, and I always mask it off if I need the line to be smaller or whatever. And so that's what I did here. And then I'm just writing my journaling about how this is our annual Stollen tradition from my childhood in Germany. I love this stuff so much. I'm going to use the number 2 from Allie Edwards from this year's collection that she did. It's a little round chipboard number. Very simple, but also very recognizable on the page. And so I like that. I like that there. It's giving plenty of room for the other embellishments and things that I want to add. So what I'm going to do is add the little word strip, the Be Merry word strip, and the little scallop piece underneath the word fun. And then I wanted to use this cute little chipboard Santa, and I decided that he really needed something behind him. And so this cute little pink tag with the little red bow hanging out is just perfect, I think. And look how cute. Look how adorable this is. So then I'm going to go, I forgot that I had the sticker sheet from this collection too. So I went and grabbed that. These sticker sheets are great for the word art. They're great for little pieces that don't add bulk. And I just needed a little bit more color up here in this corner with the red and the pink. That's great. But let's tie in the other colors from the fun and the Be Merry and that scallop piece. Let's keep that color going across the page. And look how adorable this is. The little asterisk pieces. Oh my goodness. And I think I included a little brad there as well. Oops, I got some adhesive on my photo there. If you're curious about dinnerware and things, that plate is Mikasa Heritage, I think is called. That my mom had those plates, and so they're from her. And that it looks giant. The way I cropped that photo, it looks giant because I wanted the Stollen to look giant. But it is just an appetizer plate. Don't worry. I'm not having a whole dinner of Stollen. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. I don't know. Don't judge. But all I'm going to do here on the photo is add a little tab so that you know you'll be able to see that to pull it out from the paper bag. And of course, then I needed a little word strip there, and the sticker paper was just perfect for adding some little elements. I didn't want any bulk in with this. I just wanted it to be easy to pull out and easy to put back in. Just fun to interact with this page at this place in the album. Because we're only on day 2. We can't use up all the magic already. Just kidding. There's no such thing as using up all the magic. But at any rate, the cute little chipboard Christmas tree, perfect to go right here beside the tab and the word art. And another little brad, y'all. I really like the brads from Simple Stories. They're little flat back pieces, and so no bulk. You don't have to poke through your photo, but they add just a little tiny bit of sparkle. And so here's day 2 completed. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about it. I love this little page so much. Here it is, the December magic showing up, and it shows up for you if you are looking for it, and if you are working on your pages, or at least take photos. At least take the photos. If that's all you can do, that is enough. If you can just take the photos, that is enough. Just do that. The album can come later. All right, moving forward to day 3. So this is a foundation page I did for the Traci Reed Designs creative team using the Make Merry collection from Traci. Gorgeous, gorgeous collection. A fun little simple foundation page, but great for any kind of story that you want to do. I've incorporated a little frame here, and behind that it's going to have a little slide out journal spot. You can see that with the little turquoise tab there, and the frame for the photo. And I don't know what in the world went on when I adhered this frame down, because it was a couple of weeks ago that I did it. Okay, a week ago that I did it, but I don't remember exactly. For some reason, it's just not wanting. It's wanting to be sticky all over the back, the whole back, which isn't great for having a little slide out journal spot. So, what I did was I left the bottom unattached, theoretically, so I could put my photo in there. But then I put the white background there for the design team photos. So, I ended up just putting the photo on top of the frame, and I'll work on the stickiness after I finish with the. I'll do that off camera, because I don't know. It's just something about it went weird. I think I had some rogue adhesive or something. So what I did for the journaling here is the little piece with the poinsettias are from the Make Merry collection. I believe that was a journal card or one of the journal spots from the collection, and it's just a piece of it. And then I printed out my journaling on sticker paper using red ink. Isn't that adorable? And so let me tell you about the story and the photo. The photo here is of our alarm system. And so if you don't know, we just recently purchased an 1870 home in Garysburg. It needs a lot of work, so we're going to be doing some construction for a couple of months, and for a couple of years probably. It's going to be a long-term project. But at any rate, the last weekend that we went out there, we realized that we have some unwelcome visitors in human form. And so we went ahead and purchased an alarm system. And as Alan was unpackaging it and figuring things out, we both realized that we had never lived in a home with a home security system before. And so it's kind of a funny story. And here it is. It's random and probably kind of ordinary to most people. But at any rate, it's a story that I wanted to include. And this seemed like a great little fun foundation page to add it to. I love the little banner with all the little elements. And so I tacked the ends down with more of those flat back brads from Simple Stories. And then I'm covering up one of the banners with the date tag. Popping it up with pop dots. I stapled some ribbon from the Target ribbon that I have. Those cute little snowflakes. Isn't that adorable? And so that has my date on it. And now the little journaling can slide into its pocket. And I did go ahead and work on it off camera here so you can see it now in the pocket. And what I want to do now is add a little sparkle to the page and some puffy stickers, of course. And so these are, I don't even remember what collection these were from, but they're from Crepe Paper. And it looks like Snowflake, that font and that super relaxed kind of feel looks like Snowflake. But at any rate, it doesn't matter. It's probably not available anywhere anymore, but I did want to add a cute little title down at the bottom. So now it says Stay Cozy. And look at the cute little bow at the top, over top of the photo. And then I'm going to add some of these little poinsettias here, or holly. I'm sorry. I'm going to add the little holly leaves and the berries and a couple of little stars. And look, you guys, the magic showed up again. And how cute is that? So here's where we are at the end of day 5. Today I'm recording this on day 5. And so I'm finished with days 1, 2, and 3. And here you can see a little flip through of where I am in the album and how everything is looking so far. Y'all, I love this project so much. Every year I come to it not knowing what to expect. Some years I've entered into the project every year with joy. Some years have a mixed experience with it, and that's okay. It's just part of life. It's not the project itself. It's just part of life. But I love every year coming into this month determined to find the joy and determined to find the magic and determined to include that and write that into these albums. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, head over to my Instagram if you're not there yet. It's Theresa_Moxley, just like you see here. And you'll see more details and as much as I can share throughout the month on Instagram and then here as well. I'll see you back here again real soon. Merry December, everybody. Goodbye.